Harlow Rain or Harlow Rain's Hangout. This is a kind of like a fun video. This video is dedicated to my friend Timothy Blaine. Many of you know him. He's a multi-published author. I've known him since 2004. We met in San Francisco, believe it or not, at church, a church that I'm still a member of. And what I liked about Timothy Blaine is his warmth and candor and intelligence. And he always made me feel welcome. He never made me feel less than because I'm a trans person. And that was in the beginning of my transition. So I look really feminine and everything. But he always treated me as one of the fellas. And many of you haven't met Timothy Blaine. I'm blessed to have known him for 21 years, since 2004. And that's why I just enjoy his watching the show, because when I found out that he actually was here on YouTube, I was delighted. Because just to hear him talk about different issues, different concerns, different topics, he cracks me up when he's going off on that fellow. Good to see you, Ambrosia. Welcome. Ambrosia 1320. Welcome. Glad to have you here. We're talking about my friend Timothy Blaine, who I adore. He's my big brother. He's 67, I'm 61. And you know what? Okay, I'm asexual. That means I'm celibate. I'm not attracted to anyone sexually. And what cracks me up is that he has the sexiest laugh. I mean, to hear him chuckle, it's just like, wow. Because let me tell you something. If I was gay, I would ask him out in a heartbeat, because he's very intelligent. He's funny as all get out. And what I like about him, he's a straight shooter. He doesn't bullshit. He doesn't hold back. And I love the fact that he has a beautiful little dog, Squeenie. When I met him, he had Jimmy. It was his first dog, because he got in his new place and everything, and we was happy for him. And that's when his first book, Meth Monster, came out. And I kept on badgering him at church. I'm like, oh, when is the book available? When is it available? Because let me tell you something about Meth Monster. That book helped me to get sober. It really, and I reread it often. That's my Bible for sobriety. And he is an amazing author. Okay, I am an avid reader. I don't own a television. And yes, he is very cool. He's laid back. He's cool in person. Okay, he walk into a room, people going to turn their heads and acknowledge him. And another thing, he's a Taurus like me. Now, my birthday is April 20th. His is, I think, May the 4th or something like that. His birthday is in May and mine is in April, but we're both Tauruses and we get along. We like some of the same thing: books, intelligent conversation, doing right by our friends. And anyone who meets Timothy Blaine in person, either they're going to love him or dislike him. And thank goodness most people love him. Now, I can't say the same for, what's that man's name? Jay Wilson? I don't know Jay Wilson. I can't say anything about him. But what I can say about him is leave my friend Timothy alone. I don't know you, Jay, but leave my friend alone. Don't be bad-mouthing him. Just say, okay, I'm done with harassing Timothy Blaine. I'm going to go my way. Because let me tell you something, son. You're not going to win. Because Timothy is a die-hard Taurus. Hello, Kali Hawk 24. Welcome. Old women are like fine cheese. Yeah, they are. Old people, period, or well-aged wine. Welcome. But I just want to say this to you. If you get some time, go check out his books. He has published at least, I think, 8 books. The first book you want to start out with is Meth Monster. And I'll leave a link in the comments below where you can go and access his books. Oh, Ambrosia 1320 says he really won't. Jay Wilson loves Tim's attention. Well, let me tell you something. Timothy Blaine is a sexy ass man. So I guess old Jay Wilson is, like, hey, when that gorgeous man showed me attention, I'll eat it up. And so it's hilarious. I don't know how their spat started, but Timothy is not one to go start trouble with people. He's a very peaceful man, and he loves to laugh. He loves to eat good food. I remember we used to go to this Chinese restaurant on, where that thing? It was on Howard. And we would go sometimes after church. It was Timothy Blaine and a few of the other men from the church. And they dragged me along and said, come on. And they often would treat me to a meal. And we'd go there and have a fellowship and talk and catch up on what's going on. Um, he loves God. Timothy Blaine loves the Lord. But let me tell you something. He'll beat somebody's brakes off of him if he have to, but he loves God. And what I like about him, he's always been consistent in his friendship with me. When I would catch his live, because unfortunately I don't get to catch all of his lives, but when I catch his live, hello, just being me, welcome. And yes, I'm going to hang in there and keep on making videos because despite the depression, I'm going to make myself get up here and do videos because I do like interacting with you all. And thank you so much for stopping by. I know your days get really busy, but taking a few minutes out to hang out with me makes me feel really good. And thank you, Just Being Me, for coming by. She says, Just Being Me. I don't know if your gender, but Just Being Me says, don't stop making videos. Don't let anyone stop you from making videos because you're a great person. Thank you so much. I'm getting into learning about making lives because I love interacting with you. I'm nervous. Lawnmower man, your fruit cup. Yeah, I am very delicious. And believe it or not, I am a vegan. I eat a lot of fruit. So if you kiss me, you might come away with a taste of strawberries or cherries on your tongue. So, what I learned from Timothy is to have a thick skin. Okay, I learned how to have a thick skin. When Nikki B shows up and she has a conniption fit about him saying, I love how he turns it into a positive. He doesn't get angry at her. He invites her. He's like, well, there's Nikki B. And that just had me cracking up because he'll have that sexy laugh. You start chuckling. And Nikki B, I think she enjoys interacting with him. And let me tell you something. Timothy is a very accomplished man. When he published his first book, I started reading Meth Monster. I really loved it. I said, this book is on the level with John Sanford, with Toni Morrison. Is high quality writing. And over the years, his writing has improved. And I can't wait for the next book to come out because I like, Timothy, when is your next book coming out? Because every year I just feast on the newest release of Timothy Blaine's book. And oh man, the epitome, let's see, I don't know how you say it, the epiphany or something. That book had me up all night. Because see, when I read Timothy Blaine's books, I go nonstop. I go from cover to cover. I don't pause except to get a drink of water, run to the restroom, but I stay up all night and read that book because one thing, they kind of scary. And so I make sure when I finish the last page, the sun is up so I could sleep because he's amazing. And I'm an avid reader. And for someone, and thank you so much for the compliment. Thank you so much. I appreciate your compliment. I'm learning how to get a healthy perspective. And believe it or not, I'm learning a lot from Timothy. I'm learning a lot. I watch his videos over and over to learn from him. And he would send me words of encouragement. He would say, don't stop making videos. Keep on. Over time, it'll get easier. Your craft will come, your skills will come in time where you learn to do a little more editing and learn how to edit because I don't know anything about editing. I'm 61. I don't know anything about, the the advanced technology that goes into editing of videos, such as adding thumbnails and music and things of that sort. And one day I will love to acquire those videos, and I think I'm going to do that. You know, I actually purchased some books on how to create YouTube videos because I want to create great content for you all. And oh, Nikki B is a fella. Okay. All right. Thank you for the compliment, Ambrosia1320. Do you have a channel? If you do, could you leave the link in the comment section? Also, Soul Sister Number One Show. She also has great content. She talks about what she's dealing with. I like her content also. Soul Sister Number One Show, which I found out about her by Timothy Blaine. And I love the love that he shows to us listeners. He really loves us. I love it when he says, let me check my parameters here. Because he wants to see what's going on. You know, he wants to be able to interact with people. Because I think the foundation to creating YouTube content is interaction with your people, with your subscribers. I don't see you as strangers. I see you as beautiful people. Thank you for the compliment, Ambrosia1320. I see you all as precious to me, my extended family, because in this day and age, it's easy to isolate. I'm here in Seattle, and trying to make a friend here. I've lived here since, 2013. I moved up here from California. And these people up here, they kind of strange. They'll smile at you. It's kind of like the Stanford wives. They'll smile at you and everything, but they will not interact with you. They call it the Seattle freeze. So the one friend I have here, she doesn't live in Seattle. She lives outside of Seattle. I've known her since 2020, since the COVID years, as I call them. And yes, you know what, Ambrosia, you gonna do. You say not brave enough. You have courage. Believe it or not, we do have courage. I always wanted to visit. You know what? Please do come to see Seattle. Seattle is gorgeous. The people may be kind of strange, but at least they're polite. The crime here is not as bad as it was in San Jose and in parts of San Francisco. That's why I moved up here. And also I enjoy rain. So when I had my name changed, I included rain as part of it because I love the rain here. And you know what? I look forward to doing lives as I'm sitting by the beach, because there's a beach about a 20-minute walk from where I live. I can walk to the beach every day and sit there and meditate. And the park is huge. Lincoln Park is like a forest. And I go in there and meditate amongst the trees to pray and talk to God about things. And then I go ahead on and do my walk. I love walking. Do you like to walk, Ambrosia? I love the walk. If should you visit here, when you do come up here, and I believe one day that God will make a way for you, look me up and I could show you around and show you a good hotel to stay at and show you because I live here on the west side of town. Because West Seattle is a part of Seattle, the greater metro Seattle, but it's separated from Seattle, so to speak. Because over here in West Seattle, it's like a village. A lot of trees, a lot of greenery. The people here, if you ever been in the Haight-Ashbury district, West Seattle is like the Haight-Ashbury of the 1980s. I love going to the park, the beach. They have a beautiful farmers market here that actually takes EBT. They double up. If you have $10 of EBT money, they give you $20 worth of food. And what I like about Seattle, they have many social service programs locked in. They don't want to let their people fall through the trap door. A lot of support services. I'll be doing videos on those, how people can access support here. The people here in Seattle and the state of Washington, the government in the state of Washington, they do their best to take care of their citizens. And that's why I like about it. It's like California, Governor Newsom, how he protects his citizens and try to take care of them. This is a blue state, and Seattle is very progressive. And my West Seattle, where I live, you see the rainbow flags with the black and the brown in it, and Black Lives Matter signs everywhere around here. And these people do practice what they preach. They have a lot of activities here. They have the West Seattle Pride Parade, because Seattle has its main parade downtown Seattle. I used to live downtown Seattle. I moved from downtown Seattle in 2016 because of the drug epidemic that's affecting downtown Seattle. West Seattle, in my neighborhood, they don't play that around here. They would get those people into treatment. The police will. They won't arrest them. They'll get them into treatment and get them the help that they need. I'm nervous as heck. I'm very nervous. That's why I'm like, I'm talking like I am because I'm nervous. So please, forgive the nervousness. And, over time I can relax. Did I know anyone in Seattle? Yeah, I knew my husband because, I was born female. My husband was the one that told me about Seattle because he and I used to talk about the rain, and we have a lot in common. And I'm still friends with him. He's a beautiful soul. It just didn't work out for us because I feel weird walking down the street holding a man's hand. I'll hold Timothy Blaine's hand, though. But he fell in love with Seattle and San Francisco. Those are his favorite cities. We would talk for hours on the phone about Seattle, and he would tell me, "You're gonna love it up here. You're gonna love the rain." Now he's in the Philippines, and I told him, "Don't you bring your black ass over here, because they'll arrest you at the damn border. Stay over here in the Philippines, teach the people English over there, and do what you need to do. But don't come back here." Not until Cheetolini the Taco gets the hell out of there in 3.5 years. That's if the Lord don't call him home sooner, because he's old. But thank you so much for the encouragement and me hanging in there. Apologize for all the noise in the background. I have a neighbor. Hello, Johnny Zero. Hello, welcome. I have a neighbor who has a motorcycle, a young man. He has a motorcycle, and he lives like right below me. And oh yeah, El Presidente Cheetolini the Taco. He's a chicken shit. And I'm on disability. I already had half of my disability cut. So I live off of less than $800 a month. But guess what? God makes a way for me. I'll be returning to my volunteer job at the food bank that's up the road. Another thing about this neighborhood, everything I need is in walking distance. My doctor, my dentist, my therapist, 5 different grocery stores, Whole Paycheck, aka Whole Foods, Thriftway, they too expensive. Trader Joe's, I love me some Trader Joe's. And Safeway. So all these stores are within walking distance. And my doctor and healthcare professionals, they're within walking distance. Everything I need is contained right here in this neighborhood. So I don't have to get on the bus and go downtown anymore. And I am glad, because when I used to go downtown, I step off the bus and some fool would blow fentanyl smoke right in my face. And I end up walking to work kind of messed up and groggy. It'd be fentanyl or meth. And because downtown Seattle, the drug epidemic is off the chain. People are hurting. We need more rehabilitation beds here. They're working on that, because when I see an addict, I see somebody that's hurting. Okay, somebody that needs help. And a lot of them have tried to get help, but because it's clogged up here, so to speak, backed up, it's hard to get into a facility. And so what they do, they revert back to their habit because they have no one to turn to. So I had to move away from that. And I'm glad that I live here in West Seattle. It's a quiet neighborhood. My neighbors are really nice. I love the serenity. There's a huge tree right outside my window with a nest in it, and I hear the baby birds year round. And when I look out the window, I see nothing but trees, and I can see the Puget Sound from my window. I'm on the top floor, so I can see the water from my window. And I love it because my desk is right there by the window where I could just sit there and meditate on the water and relax. Because if I'm having a panic attack or an anxiety attack or I'm feeling really depressed, I like to sit at my desk and just look at the water, look outside and count my blessings. Um, and yes, I am so thankful because moving in this place, it was really difficult because having to come up with the money needed. Because initially when I moved here, the people that owned this building and ran and managed it, they were crooked. They were crooked as all get out. And I had to come up with like $2,500 to get in here when all I really needed was to come up with just about 500. Um, so I'm glad they're gone and we got new management and they're finding their foothold. You know, they getting it straight. Um, but I love it here. I've been here. See, I've been living here for 9 years. For 9 years. And I love it here. It's quiet. This is my Shangri-La. When I was a kid, Ambrosia 1320, I used to fantasize because I grew up in a foster system. Down the road, I'll share that with y'all. And I used to fantasize about living somewhere where there were nice trees and places where I could walk to, the park, the beach, without any hassle. And God allowed me to move into here 9 years ago. And I'm so thankful for my little apartment and my neighborhood and my neighbors and the fact that I can get good quality food. The food bank is within walking distance here, is right 2 blocks from my doctor and therapist and dentist office. Because the doctor, the therapist, and the dentist office is in the same building. It's called Neighbor Care. And they are very affordable health care for people, sliding scale. So Dick Weed in the White House decide to cut the Medicaid and Medicare, I would still be able to afford to go to the doctor. I just include it in my budget because I only see the doctor about once a year, once or twice a year. Because I use herbs, Dr. Sabi herbs to keep healthy. So I got off all the diabetes medication and asthma medication because I no longer have diabetes or asthma. So I cured myself of that using herbs because all those diseases are is just dysfunctionality going on in the body. And the government don't want us to know about that. Everything you need. Remember when we were kids and you have the elders, the grandparents, when you got sick, they go out in that garden and they get something really nasty. Castor oil is made from the castor bean. That's herbal medicine because the castor bean is a plant. So the old folks would get that castor oil and whatever you was full of, be it bullshit or a bad cold, it was gone by morning. It would straighten you out. And then you chase it down with some orange juice or orange slice. And it's great for a cleanse. Castor oil is great for a cleanse. But I've moved away from castor oil because I want to use herbs that nourishes my body the same time as it do the cleaning work. Like my Iron Greens blood purifier that I formulated in 2017. And I kind of refined the formula over the years till I finally locked it in. And it really works for me. And it's all around multivitamin because it provides iron and the nutrients that I need. And then I take my sea moss gel. And along with sea moss gel, I get the 102 vitamins needed to function. And so I love I love using my herbs instead of having to depend upon medicines from the doctor. Because when I had a slow thyroid, they tried different medications, but the side effects was just outweighing the benefits. So I did some research online and Dr. Sabi was talking about that. He has videos on YouTube. I can leave some information about Dr. Sabi. He's amazing. Diddy herbs, those are good herbs. Wherever you get your herbs, use them. Diddy herbs, if they help you, use them. Because the thing is, switch over to herbs after you talk to your doctor. I did let my doctor know that I had then what I was doing. And Trevor Carter, welcome. How are those herbs working for you, Trevor? Are they affordable and everything where you could take them and consistently without going broke? Because the more sources for herbs that people know about, Trevor and Ambrosia 1320, is more resources that's available for us. Because let me tell you, this economy and this regime that's running this country right straight into hell, they're going to fix it so you won't have access to health care. So we have to be ready by having our own herbs in the house. Now, herbs are not medicine. Okay, it's just a food, a medicinal food that helps your body to do what it needs. Yes, I made a video years about that, and I will be doing videos on the different herbs. I will be discussing separate herbs like burdock root, which is good for the tummy. The sea moss gel, Irish sea moss, is very good for the bones. It strengthens the bones. It provides calcium for the bones. That way you don't have to take those nasty calcium pills at the drugstore that's full of magnesium stearate. None of my herbs contain magnesium stearate. They're all vegan. They're all natural. They're healthy. They're clean. There are no side effects. I've been taking them since 2017, and I never experienced any side effects. It has, because I went from being bedridden to walking about and doing my thing to working gigs to where sometimes I'm on my feet anywhere from 4 hours to 12 hours. That's how amazing the herbs are. And let me tell you guys, they don't want us to know about that. Be it you get your herbs from Diddy or Dr. Sabi sites or from me or anybody else. They don't want people to know about how to get healthy. They don't want us to have the power. But God gave us those herbs for the healing of the nation. I think in the Bible it's mentioned in Genesis, Ezekiel, and the book of Revelation that the herbs are for the healing of the nation. And the Muslims in the Quran, it talks about the herbs. Black seed oil. Black seed, I take that. Black seed oil. But I also incorporated black seed powder into my Iron Greens blood cleanser, because that way it's a whole one-stop shop for nutrients and cleansing. And a few months ago I did a 90-day cleanse using my cell and gut cleanser along with my cell energizer and the Iron Greens and the Nerve Ease. When I got off of the psych meds, because I cannot take psych meds, I deal with depression and anxiety and panic attacks. When I got off the psych meds, I started taking the Nerve Ease, and it really helps to keep me calm and evened out. And I talked to my therapist about it, because I always have this rule. Do not discontinue any medication that you've been prescribed without consulting your doctor. I have to make that disclaimer. I am not a doctor or a medical professional. Take this advice at your own risk. Do your research. Look up Dr. Sabi. The government had him killed because he was saving the lives of too many black folks and brown people. So he had to go. He was murdered in 2016 in Honduras. But his legacy lives on through me. I tell everybody I encounter about the herbs. And how I got turned on to Dr. Sabi herbs, my ex-husband, again. When he would try to call and check on me, I'd be lying in the bed and we'd do a video call via Skype. And I barely could move my head. And he finally one day sent me a long email. And I'm like, what this fool want? You know, you want money or something? But he sent me an email detailing and outlining with bullet points on how to access information about Dr. Sabi. And I remember he ended the letter saying, I know you're going to run with this. Because he know if I get a hold of something, I'm going to make it mine. And I went to Dr. Sabi's official site, but the herbs was just cost prohibitive for me. So I learned about some of the basic ingredients. And over time, I added some other plants to it. It's all plant-based. There are no chemicals in it. I don't even use an anti-caking method powder such as magnesium stearate because I do each capsule by hand. Each capsule I fill by hand. It's tedious, but I rather my people have good quality herbs that are free of chemicals because magnesium stearate is an anti-caking agent. They say it's harmless to the body, but it's a chemical. Your body doesn't need that. It's more of a chemical overload. So thank you so much for still hanging in there with me. But we have so much to talk about on this channel. Please leave your suggestions. Not only will I discuss herbs, but I will discuss ways of just taking a deep breath. Just breathe. Because that's what centered me. For the last 2 weeks, I've been dealing with crippling depression. But I fought it and made sure I did some content here because you deserve the best. And the best from me and the best content that I can provide at this point. And hopefully I'll be able to improve my content and do more lives as well as upload videos. I just uploaded a video. Yes, I'm doing me. Like a minister at my church would say, you do you, boo. And that's my mantra. You do you, boo. And at 61 years of age, I feel free. For the first time in my life, I feel free. Even though I live with depression and stuff like that, I still feel free because I'm doing what I enjoy doing. I live in a beautiful space. And I want the same for everyone, to live in a beautiful space. Oh, you says I'm Ambrosia 1320 meant you deserve the best. So do you, everyone. When I see the homeless people in the street, I want the same for them. I want for everyone to find peace. Find it. Not in a bottle, not in the drugs, at the end of a pipe or cigarette or anything in the gambling hall. Find peace within yourself. Because it's like ragu. Everything you need is in there. Is within. Jesus in the book of Thomas, he was telling, I think, St. Pete, you got to go within. That's why they didn't add that book to the Bible in 1611 when at the Nicene Council. They eliminated at least over 70 books because I think there's at least 137 books in the original Coptic Bible because I have it on my Kindle. So they eliminated a whole lot of books. So we have a lot to discuss. Right now I'm all over the place. But we have so much to talk about here. How the Bible was tampered with. And to keep people under the control of the English government over there, the Anglican government. Because back in those days, you had to be wealthy to have access to a clergy member. If you was poor, you wasn't even allowed to go to the church to get married. So they had common law marriage. The wealthy, they pay the clergy members of the Anglican church. That's how the Anglican church became so wealthy. Kings and queens, royalty, they pay them. And they line their coffers with that money. That's why they have so much money to this day. They have so much power over in Europe to this day. That goes back to the 1600s, the 1500s. And believe it or not, the Rothschilds were around in the 1600s. So we have a lot to talk about. I love to read, so I'm always learning something new, whether it's Arabic or a new language or Russian or a new recipe. We'll discuss recipes. Now, I'm the only one here, so when it comes to preparing recipes, it's going to be kind of awkward, like with the lemon squeezing, because I knew I had to put that video up because I'm on a budget. I cannot afford to be throwing away lemons and limes that still got juice in them. So I did upload a little video on how to double up and get more juice out of them. Because here in Seattle, a lemon is 89 cents. A lime is 89 cents each. And unless you go somewhere and pay $7 for a bag of them, $5 to $7 for a bag of them. Now Trader Joe's, they have the cheapest price, the lowest prices. I think a bag of lemon and limes is under $3. So that is really cool because if you what you do is get a half-gallon jug, coat the bottom with a little bit of maple syrup, and then squeeze the juice of one lime to that large bottle. It could be a quart size bottle or a half-gallon size bottle, but it has to be glass if you can get a glass bottle. But if not, plastic be temporary until you get a glass bottle. And you add water to it. And what that does for you, it pulls mucus out of the body. Now, that little recipe I learned from my pastor's daughter, Nubian Flunder, because she's an acupuncturist, beautiful African-American woman. If you're in the Bay Area and you need an acupuncturist and an herbalist, master herbalist, she's the one to see. The healing, I think it's Healing Time. And she's amazing. So we have a lot to discuss. I don't want to keep you guys too late because I don't know if some of you, if you're on the East Coast. I'm out here on the West Coast, so I don't want to keep you guys up too late because I think it's 10:26 p.m. Good grief. So thank you so much. I'm gonna get out of here so you guys can get to bed, get your beauty sleep, so you can just continue to be beautiful. And thank you so much for believing in me and taking the time to stop by. I'm going to try to do at least 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 videos each week because I think the more I interact, the better it is for everyone. The consistency is just getting around that depression and that fear, because I have a fear of failure. Like if I see people come in, like one time we had 22 people in the chat, now we down to 3. Years ago I would panic and stop making videos. Now I like people come and go because they got lives. They got things to do. Run to the restroom, tend to the children, do other things, you know. So I thank you for your time. And be blessed, Ambrosia 1320. And to anyone else that's still here, thank you all for coming. Thank you, Diddy. Thank you, Trevor Carter. Thank you, let's see who else came in. Johnny Zero. Thank you all for coming by. I really appreciate you all. I really do. And I want to thank you, Maddie. Thank you. Thank you so much, Maddie. And thank you, Lawnmower Man. I thank all of you. Just Being Me, thank you so much for stopping by. Katie Hawk 24, thank you all. And you all have a wonderful evening and keep on being gorgeous, okay? God bless you all. Good evening and bye-bye for now. Okay, how do I turn this off? I think I do it like this.